The hall was alive with dazzling lights, pulsing music, and joyous laughter. Wealthy guests in elegant attire clinked their glasses, posing for flashing cameras. It was a realm of luxury and status, one that shunned Aaliyah. Clutching her modest purse, Aaliyah entered the lavish gala, her pulse racing wildly. She scanned for her husband, Jamal Washington. Dressed in her finest gown, simple against the sparkling outfits, it hugged her full figure tightly, drawing sharp, judgmental stares. Aaliyah was overweight, and it didn't go unnoticed. In a crowd that idolized slender grace, her size marked her as an outsider. As she stepped further in, murmurs erupted. "Isn't that Jamal's wife?" One woman whispered, stifling a giggle. "Yeah, she sticks out like a sore thumb. How does she even show up looking like that?" Aaliyah swallowed hard, eyes darting around. She pushed past the harsh words, determined to press on. Then a piercing voice sliced through the din. "Well, well, look who's graced us with her presence." It was Monique Washington, Jamal's mother. She stood regal in her shimmering dress, eyes like daggers. The crowd turned to watch. If you're hooked on this tale of betrayal and revenge, hit that subscribe button for more epic stories. "Where are you watching from, and what's the time there?" Monique sneered, voice booming for maximum effect. "What in God's name are you doing here, Aaliyah? This is a classy affair. You don't belong. Just look at yourself. Big, sloppy, a total embarrassment." Aaliyah's throat tightened. "I'm not here for drama. I just need to find my husband." Her words came out soft, but inside her stomach twisted. Monique threw her head back and laughed, a harsh cackle that echoed off the chandeliers. "Your husband? Honey, Jamal's way past you. You think a woman your size can hold on to a man like him? You've been dragging him down, shaming the whole family." Right beside her stood Tasha, young and stunning with glossy waves and a killer smile. She leaned in, whispering loud enough for Aaliyah to catch every word. She really thought she could roll up next to Jamal. Pathetic. No wonder he ditched her fat ass. Snickers rippled through the guests, their stares drilling into Aaliyah like bullets. Her cheeks burned hot, shame flooding her veins. She glanced down at her dress, her scuffed heels, her shaking hands. Yeah, she knew her weight made her the odd one out here, and these vultures were feasting on it. But she squared her shoulders, voice cracking just a bit. "I'm Jamal's wife. I got every right to be here." Monique's laugh cranked up a notch. "Wife? Not for much longer. My boy's upgraded. He needs a real woman. Classy, hot, worth something. Ain't that right, Tasha?" Tasha batted her lashes, hand on her hip. "Absolutely, Mrs. Washington." The crowd clapped like this was primetime entertainment. Aaliyah's chest caved in, her world cracking wide open. She'd come looking for her man, but instead she was getting gutted in front of God and everybody. For her marriage, for her damn body. Then Jamal Washington pushed through the crowd, looking sharp in his tailored black suit, tall and cocky like he owned the joint. "Jamal," Aaliyah breathed, a flicker of hope sparking. Finally he'd shut this down. "I'm your wife. Why are they treating me like this?" But his face was stone cold, lips twisting in disgust. "You're garbage, Aaliyah," he spat, no hesitation. "And you deserve every bit of this heat." Gasps from the peanut gallery, but they were loving the show. Aaliyah's voice broke. "Jamal, how can you say that? We've been hitched 3 years. 3 years too damn long," he shot back, smirking. He slung an arm around Tasha, yanking her close. "This here's the woman I want. Sexy, smart, high class. Not your sorry self." Tasha nestled in, grinning like she'd won the lottery. Aaliyah's legs wobbled, tears stinging her eyes. "Please, don't do me like this. Not in front of everybody." Jamal's grin turned nasty. "All right, one shot to bounce quietly. Get out before I sick security on you." She shook her head, tears blurring the lights. "No, I'm your wife. You can't just toss me aside." He dug into his pocket, yanked out a check, and waved it like a flag. "Here, 2 mil. Take it and ghost from my life." Whispers exploded, folks buzzing about the cash like it was reality TV. Aaliyah's face flamed. "So that's what 3 years mean to you? Just money?" Jamal shrugged. "Fine, 5 mil." He scribbled the new number, shoving it in her face. But sign the divorce papers and stay the hell out of my crib. Our crib, she muttered, bitter as hell. My crib, he snapped. Tasha chuckled, chiming in. You heard him, Chunky. Even 5 mil can't fix the mess you've made. Aaliyah's fist clenched, her whole body shaking with rage and hurt. Then Monique piped up again. The ring, hand it over. Aaliyah blinked. What? The emerald wedding ring? Monique stepped up. That's a family heirloom. You don't deserve it. Give it back. Aaliyah clutched her finger. No, it's my wedding ring. You can't. It ain't yours anymore, Jamal growled. He grabbed her wrist, yanking hard. Tasha jumped in, clawing at her hand. The crowd gasped as it turned ugly. Stop! Get off me! Aaliyah yelled, twisting away. Y'all are straight-up monsters. Her hair came loose, dress rumpled, body trembling as the laughs and flashes ramped up. Finally, she jerked free, ring still on. Fine, she screamed, tears streaming. I'm out, but mark my words, every last one of y'all gonna pay for this. I swear on everything. With that, Aaliyah spun on her heel and stormed out of the glittering hellhole, the mocking echoes chasing her into the night. Her heart wasn't just broken, it was on fire, burning with a promise of revenge that'd make them all regret the day they crossed her. Aaliyah burst out of the gala's glowing doors into the biting night air, the laughter and clinking glasses fading behind her like a bad dream. Her gown dragged on the wet sidewalk, heels clicking unevenly as tears blurred the city lights into smears. I got nothing left, she muttered, clutching that damn emerald ring like it was the last piece of her shattered life. No husband, no home, no damn dignity. The streets were empty, shadows stretching long under the street lamps, and every step felt heavier, like her body was dragging her down, just like they'd said. She wandered, arms wrapped tight around herself, the cold seeping through her thin shawl. Her mind replayed the nightmare, Jamal's cold eyes, Monique's cackle, Tasha's smug grin. How the hell did it come to this? 3 years of putting up with his crap, supporting his big-shot dreams, and he tosses her like yesterday's trash. A sob caught in her throat, but she swallowed it hard, wiping her face with a shaky hand. No more crying in public. They'd already seen enough of that. Up ahead, 2 guys lounged against a beat-up car, cigarettes glowing in the dark. They spotted her, elbows nudging, smirks spreading. Yo, check this out, one called, voice slimy as oil. Big girls all dolled up. Where are you headed, mama? Looks like you lost or something. His buddy chuckled, stepping closer. Or maybe looking for company. Come on, sweetie, don't be shy. We've got room for you. Aaliyah's heart jackhammered. She picked up the pace, eyes fixed on the ground, but they fell in step behind her, their laughs echoing off the buildings. Don't walk away now, the first one taunted, reaching out. Pretty face like yours shouldn't be solo out here. His fingers brushed her arm, and Aaliyah froze, breath hitching. Fear clawed up her spine. Alone, vulnerable, just another easy target. Leave me alone, she snapped, voice cracking, but it only made them laugh harder. The second guy grabbed her wrist. Come on, we just want to talk. Back the hell off her, a deep voice boomed from the shadows, cutting through the night like a gunshot. The creep spun around. A tall figure emerged, suit crisp, shoulders broad, eyes blazing with fury. It was Malik Johnson. I said, get your hands off her. The guys sized him up, but something in his stance, the quiet authority, the no BS glare, made them hesitate. Mind your business, man, one growled, but his grip loosened. Malik stepped closer, voice steady as steel. This is my business. Walk away, now. They exchanged uneasy glances, muttered curses, and slunk off into the dark, tires screeching as they peeled out. Aaliyah stood there, chest heaving, knees like jelly. Malik turned to her, his face softening under the streetlight. Aaliyah, is that you? She blinked, recognition hitting like a wave. Malik? Malik Johnson? He nodded, a small smile breaking through. Yeah, it's me. We grew up together. Remember those summers in the old neighborhood? Haven't seen you in forever. Her legs buckled, and she sank to the curb, face buried in her hands. Oh God, Malik, my life's over. Everybody hates me. Jamal, he threw me away like I was nothing. They all laughed and called me names. I got zilch left. Malik crouched down, his hand gentle on her shoulder. Hey, don't talk like that. You're not nothing. What did they do to you? That's on them, not you. She sobbed harder, the dam breaking. You don't get it. Lost my husband, my house, everything. Even my self-respect. Malik's voice stayed calm, strong. Then let me help. Come with me. You can't stay out here like this. She looked up, eyes puffy and red. Help? Why? You're big time now. I don't fit in your world. He shook his head, that reassuring smile holding. I'm still the same Malik who shared lunch with you in school. Ain't leaving you out here. Let me get you somewhere safe. Too wiped out to argue, Aaliyah nodded. Malik helped her up, steady as a rock, and led her to a sleek black sedan parked nearby. The driver popped the door and she slid in, still shaking. As the car pulled away, she leaned back against the leather, eyes fluttering shut. The pain, the shame, the unexpected kindness, it all crashed over her like a tidal wave. She woke slowly, disoriented, staring at a fancy ceiling with crown molding and soft morning light filtering through huge windows. The sheets smelled fresh, like lavender, nothing like her old bed. Then it hit her, the street, the creeps, Malik. She sat up fast, heart racing. Still in that wrinkled gown, she was in some billionaire's mansion, her childhood buddy turned mogul. What the hell am I doing here? She whispered, panic bubbling up. A knock at the door. A maid poked her head in with a tray of tea. Morning, ma'am. Mr. Johnson headed out for a meeting. He said to make sure you're comfy. Aaliyah stared at her hands, shame creeping back. I shouldn't be here. Gotta go. The maid tilted her head. You sure? You look beat. But Aaliyah was already grabbing her purse, bolting out. She needed her own space, or what was left of it. Praying for some scrap of comfort, she hailed a cab home. But pulling up, her gut twisted. A massive, moving truck sat out front. Guys hauling boxes, furniture, her stuff. Stop, she yelled, jumping out and running up. What y'all doing? This is my house. One mover shot her a pitting look. Sorry, lady. Orders from the owner. Clear it all out. The owner? I'm his wife. A familiar laugh sliced the air. Were, Jamal said, striding up the driveway with Tasha on his arm, both dressed to the nines like they were on a damn parade. Jamal, Aaliyah whispered, world spinning. What's going on? He pulled a folder from his briefcase, shoving it at her. Divorce papers. Sign 'em. House is mine per the prenup. Her throat closed up. You can't just boot me like this, Tasha smirked, leaning into him. Oh, he can. This place is ours now. Wedding soon. Ain't that peachy? The movers kept at it, ignoring her pleas as her life got carted away. This is my home. My memories, Aaliyah begged, voice shaking. Jamal's face hardened. You're just a fat roadblock, Aaliyah. Sign and get lost. Tears streamed as she took the papers, hands trembling. In that split second, it hit her. He'd never seen her as a partner, just dead weight to dump. With a shattered heart, she scribbled her name. Tasha clapped like a kid. Finally! No more dragging him down, you cow! Jamal tightened his hold on Tasha. Good riddance! Aaliyah watched the truck pull away with everything she owned. Body numb, humiliation burning fresh. Broke, homeless, discarded, again. She trudged down the street, arms hugging herself, dress still dragging. People stared, judgmental as ever. Her mind flashed to Malik, his kindness cutting through the crap. Why would a guy like him give a damn about her mess? A car horn blared. Malik's ride pulled up, window rolling down. Aaliyah, what are you doing out here? You look wrecked. Tears spilled over. Nowhere to go. They took it all. Malik hopped out, hand on her shoulder. Then crash at my place, as long as you need. She shook her head. I'd just be a burden. Look at me. Fat, ugly. Jamal was right. I'm a joke. Malik's jaw set. Bull, you're not ugly. Your body's not a punchline. Don't let his poison stick. She looked away, voice breaking. But he said it so much, made me believe it. Then let me prove him wrong, Malik said, firm. You deserve better. Respect, kindness. Her lip quivered, a spark of hope flickering amid the fear. That night, Malik got her settled in his mansion. Warm room, fresh clothes, a spread of food. Aaliyah stared at the plates, then dove in, grief turning to binge. Bite after bite, she crammed it down. Jamal was spot on, she mumbled through mouthfuls. I eat like a pig. That's why he bounced. Stop, Malik said, voice steady. His words ain't truth. They're cruelty. You're more than a scale. Tears mixed with her food, but she kept going till she couldn't move. Malik knelt by her. You're hurting, but you ain't alone. Not anymore. The next morning, Malik walked in with a beat-up booklet. This was my mom's, he said. She fought her weight back in the day. A friend hooked her up with this. Old-school diet therapy, nothing fancy. Just real food, self-care. Aaliyah flipped the yellowed pages. Does it help her? Malik smiled softly. Yeah, but more than looks. Built her confidence. Made her feel strong. She traced the cover, unsure. Think it could work for me? He sat down. If you want it, I won't push, but I know you can change. For you, not him. She stared, then nodded slowly. I'll try. That afternoon, she jumped in, skipping steps, weird combos, even a quick workout. Clutching her gut, she groaned. Lost any yet? Malik chuckled. Takes time. She flopped on the couch. Hopeless. But his eyes stayed patient. Nah, this is day one. If you're in, I'm with you. For the first time in forever, Aaliyah cracked a tiny smile. I'm in. For real. Aaliyah's cab screeched to a halt outside the house she'd called home for 3 years, her pulse still racing from the gala nightmare. She tossed the driver a crumpled 20 and bolted up the driveway, praying for a shred of normalcy. But her stomach dropped like a rock. A hulking, moving truck blocked the garage. Doors wide open, guys in coveralls hauling out boxes stacked with her clothes, her books, her damn life. What the hell, she yelled, dodging a dude carrying her grandma's old lamp. Stop! This is my stuff! One mover paused, wiping sweat from his brow, pity flashing in his eyes. Ma'am, we're just following orders. Owner said clear it out. Everything. Aaliyah's throat went dry. Owner? I'm the owner's wife. Laughter barked from the front door. Were, Jamal drawled, stepping out with Tasha glued to his side, both smirking like they'd won the lotto. Jamal looked every bit the big-shot real estate mogul in his crisp shirt and slacks, Tasha in a tight dress that screamed trophy. Aaliyah, Jamal said, voice dripping with surprise. Didn't expect you back so soon. Figured you'd crawl into a hole after that show at the gala. Her chest tightened, fists balling at her sides. What's this? You can't just... Jamal cut her off, pulling a thick folder from his briefcase and slapping it into her hands. Divorce papers. Sign 'em. House is mine. Prenup's ironclad. You get zilch. Tasha leaned in, nails digging into Jamal's arm, her laugh sharp as glass. Yes, sweetie. This pad's getting an upgrade. We're tying the knot soon. Gonna make it our love nest. Ain't room for your baggage. The movers kept grinding, ignoring Aaliyah's wide-eyed stare as her favorite chair got loaded up, then her wedding photos dumped like junk. You can't do this, Aaliyah whispered, voice cracking, tears hot on her cheeks. This is my home, our memories, my life. Jamal's eyes narrowed, cold as steel. Memories? All I remember is you holding me back, Aaliyah. Fat obstacle in my way. Sign and bounce before I call the cops. The papers shook in her grip as she flipped through, legalese blurring into a nightmare. He'd never loved her, not really. Just used her as a stepping stone till something shinier came along. Tasha clapped her hands. Hurry up, Chunky. We got plans. Don't want to waste the day on your sob story. Aaliyah's vision swam, but she grabbed a pen from the folder, scribbling her name with a hand that felt like lead. Done. Over. Erased. Jamal snatched the papers back, grinning widely. Smart move. Now get lost. Tasha blew a kiss. Bye-bye, piggy. Enjoy the streets. Aaliyah stood frozen as the truck rumbled away, her world vanishing down the road. Body numb, she turned and walked. No destination, just away from the laughter echoing behind her. Homeless, broke, worthless. That's what they saw, what she felt. Hours blurred into aimless steps, the city buzzing around her like she was invisible. Her phone buzzed. Missed calls from nobody who mattered. Mind racing back to Malik's kindness, that spark of hope amid the crap. But why burden him? She was a mess, a failure. A sleek car pulled up curbside, window humming down. Aaliyah, Malik's voice cut through her fog. What are you doing out here? You look like hell. Tears spilled fresh. They took everything. House, stuff, gone. I'm done. Malik jumped out, hands steady on her arm. Not on my watch. Come back to my place. Stay as long as you need. She shook her head, pulling back. I'd drag you down. Look at me, fat, broken. Jamal was right. I'm a disgrace. Malik's face hardened. Screw that noise. You're not broken, you're hurting. And your body's not the problem. His BS is. Let me show you otherwise. Her lip trembled, that tiny hope flickering brighter. Fear clawed, but exhaustion won. Okay, she whispered. Malik guided her into the car, the door clicking shut like a promise. Back at his mansion, the warmth hit her like a hug. High ceilings, soft lights, no judgment. He showed her to a guest room with fresh clothes waiting. Rest up, we'll talk tomorrow. But sleep dodged her, mind replaying the eviction, the signatures, the laughs. Morning came too soon. Malik knocked, holding that old booklet again. Ready to dive in? Aaliyah sat up, rubbing her eyes. Yeah, I'm committing, for real this time. He nodded, eyes lit with belief. Good. We'll take it slow. Whole foods, walks in the garden. Measure by how you feel, not the scale. Days melted into a routine. Aaliyah dragged herself out of bed at dawn, following the booklet's simple rules. No crash diets, just real eats like veggies, lean protein, no junk. First walks were brutal, legs burning, breath short, shame whispering she couldn't hack it. Malik joined her, chatting about old times to distract. Remember that block party where we danced till midnight? He'd say, pulling a laugh from her gut. Some days she nailed it. Fresh salads, steady steps, even a joke or two. Others she'd crack, scarfing extras and hating herself. I'm such a failure, she'd cry, curled on the couch. Malik would sit close, hand on hers. Nah, tomorrow's fresh. You're fighting. That's winning. Small wins snuck in. Her jeans loosened a notch. Stares didn't wind her as badly. She caught her reflection one morning, face softer, eyes brighter. Damn, she muttered, poking her side. It's working. Malik overheard, grinning. Told you, you're building strength inside and out. She started a journal, scribbling victories. Walk the hill without stopping today. Felt like a boss. Or tough days. Binged on bread. Felt like crap. But getting back on track. Malik read snippets, nodding. You're brave as hell, Aaliyah. Keep pushing. One evening after a solid walk, she plopped next to him on the patio, sweat cooling. Thanks for this, for believing when I couldn't. He shrugged. You always had it in you. Just needed a nudge. Her confidence budded, posture straighter, smiles realer. The fire from that gala night shifted, turning shame into fuel. She was changing, not for Jamal, but for her. And damn, it felt good. Weeks blurred into months under Malik's roof, Aaliyah grinding through the routine like her life depended on it. And damn, it did. She woke at the crack of dawn, chugging water before hitting the garden path for walks that started as torturous slogs but turned into steady rhythms. The booklet's rules stuck. No processed crap, just fresh greens, grilled chicken, nuts that crunched satisfyingly. Her body fought back at first, aches in her joints, cravings hitting like freight trains. Screw this, she'd mutter after a slip-up, staring at an empty cookie wrapper. But Malik was there, no judgment, just a quiet nudge. Reset tomorrow. You're tougher than this. Small victories piled up, sneaky at first. Pants that used to pinch now hung loose, letting her cinch the belt an extra notch. She climbed the mansion's back hill without huffing like a busted engine, legs pumping stronger. One morning she caught her laugh in the mirror, genuine, not forced, and a neighbor on the phone complimented her vibe. You sound confident, girl. Each win fueled her, turning the grind into a habit. She kept that journal religiously, scribbling raw. Day 45. Walked 2 miles, no breaks. Felt like I could take on the world. Or the rough ones. Blew it on pizza. Hated the mirror after. But back at it. Malik flipped through pages with her sometimes, nodding. See? Progress ain't linear, but you're moving. Her face slimmed, cheeks sharpening, eyes popping brighter without the puffiness. Arms toned from light weights, Malik snuck in, her walk shifting from shuffle to stride. He hooked her up with new threads, simple, fitted stuff that hugged right, making her stand tall. Looking good, he'd say. Casual, but it hit deep. Confidence bloomed, not just skin deep. She felt it in her gut, a fire replacing the old shame. No more hiding in baggy sweats. She owned the mirror now. One evening after a killer walk that left her buzzed, Aaliyah crashed on the couch with Malik, sweat drying under the fan. The sun dipped low, painting the room orange. She stared at the ceiling, words bubbling up. You know, when I first met Jamal, he wasn't always a jerk. Malik leaned back, listening without interrupting. He was charming, proud to have me on his arm. I believed in him, poured my heart into his real estate dreams. She paused, voice thinning. I stayed up nights, brainstorming deals, solving his crises behind the scenes. Gave him pep talks when investors bailed. I was loyal, damn it, his rock. Malik nodded slowly. Sounds like you built him up. Aaliyah's fists clenched. Yeah, and he climbed right over me. One day, poof, he changed. Forgot the late nights, the support. Started eyeing Tasha, that skinny side piece. Used my weight as such an excuse, and they called me a drag. But it was him, greedy, shallow. When he hit big, he kicked me to the curb. Tears pricked, but she blinked him back, anger flaring hot. Because I was fat, like that erased everything I did. Malik's face softened. Folks like that? They chase shiny, not real. Forget what matters. The old hurt twisted, but now it morphed. Shame flipping to rage, clean and sharp. She'd hidden too long. It's time to weaponize it. I want him to see me again, she said quietly, eyes locked on Malik's. Not the woman he trashed, someone he'd kill for. Beautiful, strong, untouchable. Malik's brow furrowed. Revenge? She exhaled slowly. Not guns or poison. I want him to ache like I did. Lose his pride, his image, his empire. Watch me rise while he crumbles. Malik didn't flinch, just studied her. If that's the path, I'll back you. But do it for you first, not him. Her hands steadied, resolve locking in. The fire wasn't just mad, it was a purpose. She'd changed for herself. Now she'd use it to dismantle him. They hashed it out over coffee the next night, kitchen island scattered with notes. Body's ready, Aaliyah said, flexing an arm that felt solid. Now the plan. Malik leaned in. Can't go back as you. He'd bolt. Be Keisha Johnson, my sister, back from abroad. Explains the polish, the access. The name rolled off her tongue. Keisha, sounds fierce. He grinned faintly. Fits. Get in as his assistant at the real estate firm. Impress him, make him want you bad, without knowing it's you. Aaliyah's mind raced. Then stir the pot with Tasha. Anonymous calls, hints he's cheating. Let her jealousy blow it up. Malik nodded. Smart. Meanwhile, I'll dangle a fake investment. Nova Land, some insider real estate gold. Get him and Monique to dump everything in. Her eyes lit. He'll bite, greedy as hell. Dreams of locking down the CEO forever. They mapped it. Her infiltration, the seduction, the sabotage. Make him fall hard, Aaliyah said, voice steel. Then yank it all. Wife, pride, cash. He'll know betrayal's sting. Malik's gaze held steady. This ain't just payback, it's reclaiming you. She practiced in the mirror, voice smooth, laugh controlled, walk swaying just right. Social cues drilled. Enter rooms like you own 'em. Make eyes turn. Not to impress others, but to prove to herself she was whole. Worthy. The secret eating days? Fading. Quiet training rebuilt her, one rep at a time. By month's end, Aaliyah, soon Keisha, stood transformed. Body lean, spirit unbreakable. The plan was locked, a blade sharpened for the cut. Jamal wouldn't see it coming, neither would the rest. She was ready to strike. Aaliyah, now Keisha Johnson, straightened her sleek blazer in the lobby mirror, heart thumping like a bass drop. The glass towers of Washington Realty gleamed under the morning sun, employees buzzing through revolving doors like bees in a hive. She looked the part, hair in perfect waves, makeup on point, figure hugging a pencil skirt that turned heads. No trace of the old her, just confidence radiating like heat. Game time, she muttered, striding in with a resume that screamed overqualified. The receptionist eyed her up. Interview with Mr. Washington? Keisha nodded, smile sharp. 9 sharp. Jamal's office screamed power. Mahogany desk, city views, plaques bragging about multi-million deals. He looked up from his screen, eyes widening just a tick. Keisha Johnson? Sit. She slid into the chair, crossing her legs smoothly. Thanks for seeing me. Heard you're hunting an assistant, someone who can handle the chaos. Jamal leaned back, scanning her like a property appraisal. Impress me. She dove in, rattling off her background, abroad studies, family ties to Malik's empire. I organize like a pro, close deals under pressure. Your last quarter's numbers? I could boost them 10% easy. His brow arched, intrigued. By the interview's end, he was hooked. Start Monday, don't disappoint. On the first day, Keisha hit the ground running. She reorganized his calendar, flagged a risky deal that had cost him big, and even charmed a hesitant client over coffee. Jamal watched, eyes lingering longer than usual. Damn, you're good, he said at lunch. Fork paused mid-bite. Where have you been hiding? She laughed lightly, touching his arm casually. Just waiting for the right spot. He didn't pull away, gaze dipping to her curves. Hook set. By week's end, whispers spread. New girl's a star, and the boss couldn't keep his eyes off her. He had no clue. To him, she was fresh meat, not the wife he'd trashed. Nights, she'd debrief with Malik over takeout. He's biting, hard, she'd say, replaying his flirty comments. Malik's jaw tightened. Stay sharp, don't let him close. But the plan rolled, make him want, then wreck. One evening, office empty, Keisha dialed Tasha's number from a burner, voice disguised low and sultry. Just a heads up, Mr. Washington might roll in late. We're working overtime. Click. She smirked, picturing the fallout. Across town, Tasha's grip crushed her phone, fury boiling. She grabbed her keys, storming out. Keisha prepped the scene. Steaming bowl of Jamal's favorite, jerk chicken stew, and champagne chilling. Aroma filled his office as she set it down. Figured you'd need fuel, she said, leaning close. Jamal inhaled deeply, eyes lighting. How'd you know? And bubbly, you're full of surprises. She smiled coyly, brushing his hand. I pay attention to what I like. He blushed, caught off guard, digging in as they chatted. Her laughs timed perfectly, drawing him in. The door flew open. Tasha barreled in, eyes wild. You lying cheat, she shrieked, shoving his chair. Jamal jumped, stew sloshing. Tasha, what the? Keisha slipped out quietly, lips curling in victory as screams echoed down the hall. Inside, chaos erupted. Tasha clawed at his shirt. This is why you're late every night? Her? Jamal shoved back. It's work, you psycho. In the scramble, her nails raked his face, deep scratches blooming red. Ah, shit, he yelled, hand to his eye, blood trickling. Tasha spat. Wear that as a reminder, asshole. Treat me like that fat ex. You're done. She stormed out, door slamming like thunder. Jamal slumped, face throbbing, ego bruised. The next morning he rolled in wearing dark shades, whispers trailing. Vice President Marcus eyed him. Rough night, boss? Jamal waved it off. Nothing. But Malik, dropping Keisha off, spotted it. What happened? His tone sharpened. Jamal muttered, zip it. Keisha played cool, fetching ice, but inside, pure satisfaction. Tension cranked as the big real estate project loomed, a massive urban dev tender worth billions. Jamal paced his office, barking orders. We nail this. We're golden. He doled out folders to Marcus and Keisha. Memorize these numbers. Our bid's gotta crush 'em. Keisha took hers, pulse spiking. This was her old idea, stolen and buried because of her size. Now, ammo. 2 days to submission, post-team lunch, Keisha volunteered for cleanup. I got this. As they filed out, her hands moved fast, swapping the real tender folder for her fake, numbers off by a hair. Zipped her bag just as Tasha burst in again. "What are you doing here?" Tasha snarled. Keisha held the dummy cool. "Tidying." Tasha's eyes darted suspiciously. "Gold digging, bitch! Stay away from my man." Jamal rushed in with security. "Tasha, enough! We got a huge bid. Focus." Her jaw dropped. "Defending her." Security hauled her out, kicking. Keisha lowered her eyes, hiding the grin. Bid lost by a grand. Rival knew their floor. Jamal slammed the report. "Leak, someone sold us out." Keisha feigned guilt. "That Tasha barged in. Maybe she snagged it." His eyes darkened, suspicion planting. He confronted her after hours, rifling her desk, finding the original planted. "Explain!" Keisha's eyes widened in innocence. "Don't know." Rage boiled. "You set me up." Heart racing, she played the card. "Maybe I should quit." He froze. "Quit?" She sighed, voice trembling. "Didn't want to hurt you, but I've crushed on you since day one. Asked Malik for this gig to be near you." Jamal blinked, anger cracking. "All this for me?" Tear glistening. "Yeah, but not with Tasha around. She must have taken it. Her jealousy?" He softened, shoulders dropping. "You're right. She's poison." Closer now, voice low. "Stay. More. I feel it too." She pulled back. "Not while you're hitched. Leave her first." Resolve hardened his jaw. "Done. Tonight. Come watch. I mean it." That night, Keisha rode shotgun to his mansion, triumph buzzing. Tasha waited inside, robe loose, fury etched. "So it's true," she snapped. Jamal dropped the keys. "Over, Tasha." She laughed bitterly. "After we hooked up this afternoon? You're trash." Keisha smiled coldly. "Cheater's gonna cheat. Snatch someone's hubby once, right?" Tasha flung insults, but Jamal handed Keisha a clean shirt. "Wear this." Ignoring Tasha, they walked out to her screams. "You'll regret this." Morning, Tasha hit Monique's, pleading, "That Keisha's a digger. Make him fire her." Monique summoned Keisha. She arrived poised, exuding class. Malik cut in. "She's my sister. Jones blood. Integrity over cash." Monique's eyes softened. "Misjudged you, dear. Join us for lunch tomorrow?" Keisha nodded modestly. Victory sweet. Lunch sparkled. Fine china, small talk turning to business. Malik leaned in. "Confidential tip. Novaland's the next big thing. AI-backed real estate play, backed by giants. Invest early, billions roll in." Jamal's eyes gleamed. "For real?" Malik shrugged. "Family secret. Keep it tight." Monique nodded eagerly. "Promise." That night, Monique wired millions into Novaland. Morning, stock spiked 200%. Her laugh rang. Malik nailed it. Jamal followed, summoning Marcus. "Dump every reserve into Novaland. All of it." Marcus balked. "Risky, sir." Jamal snapped. "Do it. Secures my throne." Monique poured her savings too. Giddy. Evening, Jamal toasted Keisha. "My lucky charm." She clinked glasses, smile hiding the trap snapping shut. He'd gambled everything. Crash incoming. The Washington Realty Annual Bash lit up the ballroom like a Vegas strip. Chandeliers dripping crystals, music thumping, elite crowd in tuxes and gowns clinking champagne. Investors, board members, and city bigwigs mingled, air thick with deal talk and fake laughs. Keisha, Aaliyah in disguise, glided in on Malik's arm, her emerald gown hugging curves that turned every head. Whispers followed. "Who's that stunner with Johnson?" She felt the power, heart steady, revenge coiled tight. Jamal spotted her across the room, eyes locking like magnets. He weaved through, pulling her onto the dance floor. "You own this place," he murmured, hand low on her back. She smiled coyly, letting him lead. Hook, line, sinker. The night peaked as Jamal hit the stage, mic in hand, Keisha beside him. Cameras flashed wildly. "Folks, this year's been a killer for Washington Realty. Record deals, sky-high profits, all thanks to my rock-solid team." His gaze slid to her, gooey with infatuation. "And tonight, I'm making it official." Gas rippled as he dropped to one knee, diamond rings sparkling under spotlights. Keisha Johnson, marry me? The crowd erupted. Cheers, claps, phones out recording. But Tasha shoved through from the back, face twisted red. You lost your damn mind, Jamal, she hollered. She's a gold-digging tramp. Room hushed, eyes ping-ponging. Aaliyah didn't flinch, turning to the mic cool as ice. Gold digger, coming from you, Tasha. That's rich. Voice steady, cutting. Want to hear about the last 3 years? How do you respond to Jamal while he fat-shames his wife? Called her a cow, disgusting, while you snuck into his bed. Gasps exploded, the crowd buzzing, shocked. Jamal paled, ring hand trembling. Keisha, what? She ignored him, eyes sweeping the room. Yeah, for 3 years Jamal cheated, mocked his wife as unworthy, just because of her size. Now he parades me like a trophy to erase it all. Tasha's hands shook, whispers swarming her like hornets. Jamal scrambled up, face ashen, glancing at Monique in the front row, at board suits, investors wide-eyed. Aaliyah's voice sharpened, fire blazing. Everyone, listen up. I ain't Keisha Johnson. Silence dropped like a bomb. Forks clinked, a glass shattered. Monique staggered, hand to chest. What? Aaliyah stood tall, mic gripped. I'm Aaliyah Washington, or was. The wife y'all mocked. The fat one you called trash, threw out like garbage after I built his empire from scratch. Monique's face drained white, mouth gaping. Jamal froze solid, the ring box slipping. Tasha screamed, lying, bitch! You'll always be that pig nobody wanted. Aaliyah stepped forward, eyes locked on Tasha's snarl, lips curling sharply. How's it feel? Tasting your own poison. Hall buzzed louder, irony thick. Months ago, Aaliyah humiliated. Now the tables flipped, a crowd sensing the flip. Monique rushed the stage, heels clicking frantically. She yanked the emerald ring from Tasha's finger. Give me that, Tasha yelped, but Monique spun to Aaliyah, shoving it at her. Dear, take it. Accept my son's proposal. Forget that fat mess from before. She shamed us. More gasps, echoes of the gala nightmare. Roles reversed. Monique clasped Aaliyah's hands. Wilsons and Johnsons united. That's power. Strength. Jamal nodded, desperate, voice shaky. Listen, everyone, I never loved Aaliyah. She wasn't worthy. Not like Keisha here. She's everything. Stop! Aaliyah's words sliced like a razor, eyes burning. She yanked free, facing the crowd. You want me back now? As if Jamal's some prize, swapping women like outfits. Turned to Monique. You ripped this ring off me once, called me a disgrace. Now you beg? Pathetic. Jamal's phone buzzed loudly in his pocket. He fumbled it out, face crumpling. What? He barked. Panicked voice on the line. Boss, Novaland tanked. Stocks to pennies, we're wiped. He staggered, knees buckling. Impossible. Monique's phone chimed next. She answered, shaking. What? My account. Empty? That was my life savings. The crowd murmured frantically, phones lighting up with alerts. Marcus rushed in pale. Mr. Washington, reserves gone. The company is insolvent. Board's voting you out, now. Flashes popped chaotic, investors bolting for doors, reporters yelling questions. Jamal's face twisted with rage. Sabotage! Someone set me up. Malik stepped from the shadows, tall and calm, commanding hush. No, Jamal. Greed did this. Gambled it all. Now your empire's dust. Misused company funds, boards pressing charges. Jamal's eyes bulged in desperation. If you think I'll just... Malik raised a hand, voice ice. Don't. Dig deeper, it gets worse. You never valued shit. Not your wife, your firm, your kin. Lost it all. He slid a protective arm around Aaliyah, guiding her off stage. Cameras swarmed, but she held high, unbothered. Behind Monique's sobs mixed with Jamal's broken yells, the hall descended into pandemonium. Aaliyah's heart pounded triumph. Plan executed. Enemies crumbling. Justice, sweet and sharp. Morning headlines blasted across screens citywide. Washington Realty crumbles. CEO Jamal Washington busted for fraud. Cameras swarmed the courthouse steps, shoving mics at anyone in sight as Jamal got frog-marched in cuffs, shades slipping to reveal that scarred eye. Once the cocky mogul strutting like he owned the block. Now he looked small, defeated, sweat beading on his forehead under the flashbulbs. "No comment," his lawyer barked. But the damage was done. Empire torched, freedom hanging by a thread. Inside the holding cell, cold steel bars mocked him, the echo of his footsteps the only company till the door clanged open. Tasha stormed in, heels clicking like gunfire. Divorce papers clutched like a weapon. She slammed them on the metal table. "Sign this crap, Jamal. You're done. I'm taking whatever's left." He let out a hollow laugh, leaning back against the wall. "Left? Ain't a dime, baby. Dumped it all into Novaland. Personal stash, investments, gone." Tasha's eyes bugged, face twisting. "You idiot! Absolute fool!" She snatched the papers, storming out with a curse that bounced off the walls. No goodbye, just fury fading down the hall. The next day, Monique showed up with Tasha in tow, for once united in their venom. Monique banged the table. "This is on you, boy. Dragged our name through the mud." Jamal shot up, chains rattling. "Me? You pushed it, Ma. Always about the image, the power. Hated Aaliyah from jump, 'cause she didn't fit your snob world." Tasha jumped in, voice sharp. "Y'all both pathetic. Greed-blinded fool and his prideful mama. Expect pity? Please." They tore into each other, voices rising till guards hauled them apart, chaos spilling like spilled blood. Jamal slumped alone, broken, staring at the floor. No empire, no family, no nothing. Just regret chewing at his gut. Meanwhile, at Malik's mansion, peace wrapped Aaliyah like a warm blanket. She sat on the balcony, tea steaming in her hands, overlooking the garden where she'd rebuilt herself step by step. Malik joined her, that steady presence she'd leaned on through the storm. "You pulled it off," he said softly, settling beside her. "Got your life back. No chains, no shame. Be whoever you damn well please now." Her eyes glistened, turning to him. "Couldn't without you. Believed in me when I was nothing but a wreck." He took her hand, thumb brushing her skin, silence thick with unsaid feelings. They leaned in slow, breaths mixing, world blurring. But Aaliyah pulled back just a hair, heart racing. Malik smiled faintly, no push. "In time," he whispered. Later in the study, fire crackling cozily, Malik leaned forward, eyes locked on hers. "Got something I've been holding back, since that first night." She tilted her head, pulse quickening. "What?" He closed the gap, voice low. "Wanted to say I've loved you forever. Didn't matter if you were heavy or slim, hurting or strong. You were always enough. Came back from overseas hunting you, but you were hitched. Fate looped us back. Ain't wasting it. I'll cherish you every day, if you'll have me." Aaliyah's breath caught, tears welling. "Malik, you were my only real friend. Saw me when nobody did. Pulled back 'cause I'm scared. Hurt so bad before. Don't know if I can take it again." He lifted her chin gently, eyes steady. "No fear with me. Promise." Walls crumbled. She leaned in, their lips meeting passionately. Deep years of longing pouring out. Healing, fresh start, love real as hell. Pulling back, foreheads touching, she smiled softly. "Maybe fate knew its stuff." He chuckled, tucking her hair. "Let's roll with it. Together." Months flew by. Jamal's trial dragged on, landing him years behind bars, and the empire auctioned off piece by piece. Monique vanished into obscurity, fortune dust. Tasha ghosted. Name just gossip fodder. But Aaliyah, she thrived. One sunny afternoon, she and Malik strolled into a swanky gala, hand in hand. Not as the mocked outcast, but a knockout guest. Confident and free. Heads turned admiring, not sneering. Her deep emerald gown, nod to that stolen ring, flowed like she owned the night. Malik headed to the podium for his investor speech, kissing her hand. "You belong here. Always did." She grinned, heart full. "We belong." Later, as music swelled and laughs filled the air, Aaliyah scanned the glittering crowd. No insecurity nagging, no echoes of cruelty. Just whole, loved, proud. Malik slid back, arm around her waist. Their eyes met, world fading. Ready for what's next? He asked low. She leaned in, smile fierce. More than ready. Lights shimmered above, her story shifting from pain and payback to rebirth, love, triumph. And there you have it, folks. The story of Aaliyah, a woman who turned heartbreak and humiliation into unbreakable strength. At its core, this tale reminds us that judging someone by their appearance is not just cruel, but it also blinds us to their true worth. With perseverance, kindness from unexpected places, and a little self-belief, justice has a way of coming full circle, leading to real happiness and healing. What about you? Have you ever faced judgment based on how you look or risen above a betrayal that changed your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and reflections. Stick around for the next video, where we'll dive into another gripping tale of redemption and clever comeback that you won't want to miss. Thanks so much for watching and being part of this journey with me. It means the world. See you soon.